Morning all. All right, so news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Wednesday, December the 27th. Starting off with World Junior news, and the fourth game of the day is about to get started between Canada and Latvia. However, we've already got three results in. Slovakia defeating Switzerland 3-0, so Slovakia with a really good start to the tournament. Germany's defeated Finland 4-3. That's a bit of a surprise. Finland off to an 0-2 start so far. And Czechia defeating Norway 5-1. So, yeah, the Czechs bounce back after the loss against Slovakia, and we'll see how Canada does against Latvia today. Should be fun. All right, that being said, getting into NHL news for tonight, Hofer gets the start against Dallas. Sounds like the new coach is impressed with Hofer and feels like, you know what, after that game against Florida, he's earned this start. Not going to argue with him. I think Hofer's been solid, so it's nice to see the new coach agrees that this goaltender's pretty darn good. Speaking of goaltenders, Martin Jones will start his second straight game for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight as they play against the Ottawa Senators. Jones has played well, and it will be interesting to see when Wall comes back. If Jones continues to play well, what do you do if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs GM? Do you carry three goaltenders? Do you try to waive Jones hoping he'll get through, or what do you do? So that'll be interesting. Kevin Weeks stirring things up, and so I figure, you know what, why not? I might as well too. The Gathering at South Forsyth Project, which is the one in just outside of Atlanta, that is apparently full speed ahead, according to Kevin Weeks. And of course, the idea is that once this building goes through and all this, then their eye would be on expansion in the National Hockey League and getting themselves an NHL team. Whether they do or they don't, it's always an interesting topic for discussion. There are some very strong opinions when it comes to how people feel about Atlanta potentially getting a third NHL team. I'm not saying I don't share those opinions, just, you know what, the NHL's going to do it, they're going to do it, we'll see. But yeah, so that project, it looks like it's going to go full speed ahead. And it has a little bit of everything, basically your arena and your entertainment district and all of that. So yeah, that's really how all these projects go now. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'm sure people will. Joe Veleno's out day-to-day for the Detroit Red Wings, will not play tonight. Reimer will start against the Wild tonight. So, not really a surprise that Hutchinson would be the backup, Reimer would be the starter, but there it is. Seth Jones, the second Jones on the board is Seth. Seth Jones is expected to start skating during the 5-game road trip for the Chicago Blackhawks. He is unlikely to play. Joey Anderson, who's been injured as well, he is expected to get to skating soon. Could be during that 5-game road trip as well, but he's seen as kind of being farther out. So, yeah, Chicago dealing with injuries of their own. Remember, this is a team that already had lost Hall and has, terminated Corey Perry's contract, and that's gone. So Chicago's kind of down on veterans at the moment. Sergachev, lower body injury. He won't play tonight for Tampa Bay. This is a day-to-day thing that seems to be becoming week to week. It feels like I've been reporting on Sergachev not playing for a while. And we'll see if it continues to be the case right through until March? So at any rate, it sounds like it's not a major injury, but it's not well enough that he's going to be able to play tonight. We'll see when he actually does get into the lineup and what happens there. But Tampa Bay 7-3 in their last 10. They're doing okay right now. That takes some of the pressure off of them. Sean Kuraly. So the update on him appears to be that he's not going to play tonight against New Jersey, which isn't really a surprise. The surprise really comes in when you consider he's seen as day-to-day. So as scary as that injury looked during that game between Columbus and Toronto, it looks like worst-case scenario avoided. Kuraly's going to be okay. And yeah, that's good news for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I like Sean Kuraly a lot. He's a really solid bottom six forward. He never takes a shift off. All that fun stuff. So glad to see that. J.J. Mosier will not be in the lineup tonight for the Arizona Coyotes, so Yusuf Alamaki draws in instead. Without Mosier, that hurts. Arizona's been dealing with their own share of injuries lately, too. Hopefully with the 3-day Christmas break, and then there's some kind of quiet days over the next couple of weeks, too. Hopefully with some days off, some hockey players can start healing up. Feels like there's a lot of injuries in the NHL right now, and a lot of them are just nagging day-to-day things. So maybe a couple of days off here and there will help, right? And then as we get to around the All-Star break, of course, then you get into teams having bye weeks too. So that will help. Now, PWHL news. This one caught me off guard. PWHL has not played a game yet. Minnesota's coach has decided to step down. Says he consulted with his family. He's decided to step down. So Minnesota has named Ken Klee the head coach instead. Ken Klee, of course, played a lot in the National Hockey League. Well known by people who watched hockey at that stage. Yeah, and he's named as a replacement. So we'll see when the PWHL gets things started next month, how everything goes. But Minnesota's on their second coach. They haven't played a game yet. So it could very well be an interesting league to watch just from a news perspective, too. But I think the hockey will be pretty good, too. So, anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.